Hello and welcome to Two Indoor Gaming, and we are back with Life in the Village Season 2, and we're about ready to start our mine colonies. I've been doing some work. If you have a look here, I've got a nice extra big space for my town hall set up. Flatten this off, that's where I'll be putting my barracks to overlook the land. And yeah, there's lots of cool stuff going on. I've collected a bunch of resources, so while the little hobo sits in the corner and barks at me. That's probably the only annoying thing about the doggy talents is they just keep barking all the time. Yes. Anyway, I'm not going mad. You are. Anyway, I've got a whole bunch of stone here. I managed to pick up some diorite while I was out, andesite, so that's backed up for when that stuff's called on. Got me some sand and glass, so I've got a few different options, a bit of food here, saplings, yeah, I feel like I've got a reasonably good setup going here to get me prepped. So the first thing to do, of course, is I need to make either a supply ship or a supply camp. Now with the quest lines, when you go to your path of colonizer, it came up here with you got your supply ship chest. Before, it didn't matter if you made a supply chest for your supply camp. You actually still had to make a supply ship, even though you couldn't use it because you can't put both down. You had to actually make a supply ship to get this quest to detect it, which was a little annoying, but my own sort of fun playthrough I've been doing, it seems like they've fixed that, so that's good. You can do either, but I thought last season I did a supply camp, so this time I should do a supply ship. Now with you look at my map, there's not really, none of this water is really big enough, but I reckon if I wander over here, put a ship, I can do a little trek across land. That adds to the fun and mystery of it, doesn't it? Even though, even though how did the ship get in there? Too many details. Don't question too much. Let's just do that. Because there are some fun aspects to putting down the supply ship. I did actually want to show you. So to make one, you need to make yourself 5 boats. 5 boats. They will only stack in 4s. So yeah. I'm gonna take that out. And they all have to be the same kind of boat. But last time I tried, I think any type of wood will work. Ta-da! We now have a supply ship. And that should be good, and it should activate a quest for us. There we are, quest complete. So let's travel over to our bay. It does need a little bit of water to do the job. Maybe I should have mounted up on the... Should I go mount up? Nah, I'll just run it this time. Let Hobo have a little rest. Of course, I've got wolf mount abilities on him, so I could be riding him all the way, but it is a bit hilly. Hey, future puppies, I'll get you another time. I'll have to make some sort of path through here, I guess. Now, the thing with the supply camp is you really have no qualms at all about ripping it apart for materials for the building of your colony, but I've never actually found it really fits to pull apart the ship, and plus the fact that it just doesn't feel quite as useful, I guess. I mean, I could be wrong because I've never pulled it apart, but the supply camp really lends itself readily to what you want to do, especially getting the wool for beds and stuff like that, but the supply ship's not quite the same. Now, you can build yourself a wand to try and place down the ship the traditional way, but it never seems to work for me. I don't know what I'm doing wrong, but whenever I use the wand, it doesn't work. Right? It doesn't matter how good the water is, how suitable it is, it just never works. So, just place it down raw and go for it. You've got to whack it on a block. You can't sort of whack it on top of the water and have it work. So yeah. And then you've got the issue of how far out, and if you lift it up, it's going to look pretty weird dropping down all that water from the sky. So you can still do the escape, check that you've got it in the right set, and you can see there I've actually got it submerged now. That's probably not helpful. What about now? It's hard to tell with the water. I think it's still one down by the looks. So I'll just bring that up because the ladder does funny things. I have actually done it one down before, and it did really weird things with the ladder, and yeah. Oh, it's bending my eyeballs here. I'm still not sure if that's on the level. Okay, what about from the? I think it is. Yeah, it's probably too close to the land on that side though. So let's bring it here. So it looks semi-realistic. Now I can't tell if it's too close to the other bank. Oh, cha. Come this way a bit. Yeah, that'll do. No, it won't. Oh, it's still going to give me troubles. Yeah, so it's going to say, oh, there's too many blocks in the way, and you can clear it away, and you can do this, and you can do that, and it's... This is probably why I don't do the supply ship too often, because it always seems to have this... troubles. Yeah, because I'm hitting it on the block one down, it's going to be one down. Oh, yeah, well, there we go. Not too much hassle this time. So there we go, we now have the ship out there, and I can build a bridge and get over it. Or, yeah, to get over here. So this is what you get. So feel free to rip it apart. It's got some interesting sort of stuff in it. It's got plenty of beds, some empty chests. You've got your bookcases here. No, I've never actually checked if it's still got the gold behind there. Let's have a look. Oh, it does. Yeah. Oh, it's even got more. Okay. Maybe I will steal the gold at least. Because of course with the backpack, the level after... Oh, I've already got enough. Hey, I should upgrade that. Before I do anything else, I should upgrade my backpack. Let's go. So, I've got a couple of chests. And some iron first. So we upgrade it to iron. And then we can upgrade it to gold. Like so. Dun, dun, dun. And now it's much bigger. See, and I didn't have to empty it out to upgrade it, which is a great feature. I don't know why I assumed that they'd make it more difficult than it does, probably because it's Minecraft and that's what Minecraft does. Or at least it feels like that to me sometimes. Okay, so, well, that's cool. In the regular ships they have an emerald block too. I don't know if this one does though. So we got beds here, so you can certainly make it your home with the beds and stuff. There's heaps of beds, so it's probably good for like a server if you got a whole bunch of folk joining you. Here's a ladder to nowhere. Yeah, you can all bed down at once, so that's pretty funky. Yeah, it's your call. It just looks too nice to pull apart. You know, and plus fiddly to pull apart, because even though with the excavator you can go the whole bunch at once, you still got the... I'm just going to replace my gold by taking one of those blocks. You know, if you were to take out this mast, well then how are you going to get that stuff? So you've got to undo that and then come down and undo bits on your way, and all the bits of red wool, and yeah, it's a little harder. But it certainly is funky. Now, one of these chests should be this one. No? Which chest has the summoning stuff in it? And the camp. Ah, here it is. Town hall, I should say. So, grab that out. Da-da-da! I can now place my town hall. And really, I can forget about the supply ship unless I want to come back and pull it apart. Like I said. When you put down the supply camp, you know, it's in the way. It's got no real utility beyond being your starting place, like the ship there. So it is very natural to pull it apart and use all of the resources. So you'll call on that. I just wanted to show the supply ship and some of the issues with putting it down. Supply camp, of course, you've got to make sure that the area is perfect. Can't even have a blade of grass in the way. You know, one of these tufts. You've got to make it perfectly clear when you put it down. Obviously, once you got your builder, you don't have to worry about any of that stuff because he clears everything for you. But the supply camp, on the other hand, you're placing it, so you have to do it right, or else. Okay, it's almost night. Yeah, okay, I still do stuff before I have to go hide in my bed or whatever. So if you remember, I was talking about making this sort of the center of operations here. Now once you place down your town hall, what you're going to do is set the center of your colony. So if I want the chunk, if I want this chunk to be the center and then count out whatever the spaces, then putting the town hall block there sets that in concrete. But it doesn't set the town hall. You can then pick the town hall up and put it in the corner of your colony, and it won't change that parameter. So you can replace the town hall. It doesn't have to be the center, literally the center of your colony. You can move it, but it does set the center. I trust that makes sense. I will actually go into my house because I want to change a couple of the settings on my colonies before I actually get it going. So we'll run in here and we'll press our escape, and we'll go to our mod options. And even though it does pause the game, I just feel better if I'm in a safe environment before I go here. It's probably not logical, but hey, who said emotions are ever logical? So ZA, probably quicker Minecolony, or I could search. Why don't I do that? I never use these functions. So we go to the config. This is great. It's a good thing for you to look through, get an idea of some of the settings for things. But you want to go to gameplay, and there's a whole bunch of stuff you can turn on and off to make your experience much more enjoyable. But here you can see straight away, you can't have as many colonies as you want. It's got to be difficult. You've got to destroy your colony to start a new one. That's the thing. Have one at a time. So that flows in with having infinite supply chests. Obviously, that's a bit of a cheat, because talk about cheap way to get a bunch of resources if all you have to make is 5 chests or 5 ships to get a whole bunch of gold and wool and all sorts of stuff. Allow other dimension colonies. So you can, the game does support you making other dimension colonies. So if your mod pack or whatever has Twilight Forest or something like that, you can make a colony over there. You can make a colony in the Nether or the End, but because they're set to perpetual night, none of your workers will do anything. So it's not really that efficient. Basically, nothing will happen. Allow player schematics. So if you want to know what it's about, you can do this. I might put that on true because I'd like to do that at some point. Always render name tag. Yeah. And so you can go through that. Some of this is really interesting, some isn't. Knights between raids, barbarians. We'll get into some of that later. I won't labour the point now. Infinite resources. Commands. Chat. Respawn interval. See, with Millionaire, if the villagers die, they will respawn. With Minecolonies, if the villagers die, they won't respawn, but you will get a replacement citizen, because it's about your capacity. It just won't be the same one, and they'll have to go through all their skilling up and whatever again. Do barbarians break through walls? So this will give you a little idea of their AI as well, which is good. Free to interact blocks. That's for multiplayer. You can beef up your guards if you want, beef up or nerf your initial citizen amount. Do 1 warehouse per colony. It's important to remember. So you do have a limit on your storage. Compost at some point. What's interesting here? Oh yeah, max distance from world spawn minimum, that can be changed around, which is good. Number between raids. Okay, PvP mode, if you want that on or off. Supply chests, yep. Teleport buffer data, town hall padding. What is that one exactly? Oh, okay, deprecated don't use. Yeah. Town hall padding chunk. So you used to have this for blocks, but it's actually chunks now. So that's, they've left that in. Turn off explosions in colonies, which is helpful, so the creepers don't destroy stuff or whatever. Now this one, change it. Oh my gosh, how much pain. If you have, especially if you have a location where it seems like it rains every second day. Oh, so annoying. Anyway, so yeah, you might like to turn that to true, because it gets really bothersome. Now this one I thought affected working range town hall. I thought, oh, that must be what, because there's a limit to how far you can build away from your town hall, no matter how big you set your colony, which is this one, how many chunks, and I'm going to change that to 6 like I talked about previously. I thought, oh, this must be the working, how close. But no, yeah, I actually looked at the flavor text. Colony size rate, it's just this one previously. Previously they used blocks, now they use chunks. So that's actually it's useless. So there's still got that problem. I still don't know how or if it's possible to change that. So annoying. So come in. First thing I recommend is set your chunks to how big you want it. Normally Minecolonies is 8. On Life in the Village it's set to 4. I think 6 fits the build from Town Hall radius pretty well. We'll find out if I'm correct. And workers always work in rain. I would change that. Personally, your choice. You can play around with names. So if you want to put all your friends' names in here instead of these ones, you can. Could be fun. Maybe you want to put in a whole bunch of dwarven names because you're going to make all the dwarven stuff. You know, yeah, you can have fun with that. Obviously, I'm not going to do that. No. Okay, so there we go. I just wanted to set those 2 parameters basically and just show you the config. It is a malleable system. You can set it to how you like it, which is a great feature. Or if you're doing a server and you want to tailor the experience, obviously that's also helpful. These ginseng roots that you find everywhere, growing everywhere, it's a pretty good source of food if you're in a pinch. They're just these funny red flowers you see around. Anyway, let's bed down. And then we'll get set with Minecolonies. So we'll run up here and set our town hall. So you set the town hall, but it's not the first thing you build because you can't build it. That's the thing with Minecolony. You actually cannot build the buildings. You can set schematics, certainly, but you can't build a building. A builder builds the buildings. Setting down the town hall, though, attracts your first citizens, which is great. I've forgotten the chunk button. Which is the button that shows you chunks? Anybody? I can't remember. I'm just hang on a sec. I'll be back. I'm going to look that up. Alright. Yeah, I wonder why I didn't stick my head. It's hold down F3 and press G. I mean, duh! Yeah, that's why I didn't hold it in my head. I hardly ever use it. So yeah, here's the chunk boundary so you can see exactly where it is. It doesn't matter if I put the town hall block here, or here, or here. It's just going to count this chunk as the center. Okay, is that exactly where I want? I'm just going to have a little look on my map. See, this square is your chunk. See how it corresponds nicely? 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6 is where I want my radius. Yep, that works well. 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6. Maybe 1 too low. I think maybe that one is more what I want. 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6. Yeah, definitely. Okay, so we'll move up to this next one here and put town hall. Bing. Now I've set the center of my colony. That's it. Locked in. Too bad. So sad. If I want it to be a chunk over, it's done. But I actually don't want the town hall to be on this spot. So I'm just going to move back. See, this is the chunk I wanted it to be centered on, but not the chunk I wanted my colony centered on. So there we go. I can put it there. Now you can move it to any part of the chunk that you want for setting the boundaries of it. Maybe I should move it over a bit, considering the space I've done for it. This is, I'm probably going to I'm activating the citizen, come over here, and then it stops because I pick it up again, and then I put it down and I go, citizen, come over here. Oh no, not yet, and then they come back. Yeah, that's good. That works for me. So we got the town hall down like so, but who knows what it's set at? I just remembered. I don't. What's that going to build? I think it'll build whatever the default is. I have no idea what the default is. So let me take that back out again and put my building tool down because I actually want to set it. So by just putting it down, it'll build it. But this, I actually get to interact with my options. switch decorations to Town Hall, and choose what I want. And of course, level 1 doesn't really matter, I'm going to upgrade it. Though realistically, level 3 is probably what you... it'd take a long time to get to level 5. But you can see what the finished look will be. I definitely don't want birch. Now you'll notice there's a whole new bunch of options on Minecolony. Well, there's two. There's two different styles. There's Dwarven, and there is Space Wars, which is really, you're looking at Tatooine, you know, A New Hope era sort of style. It's a bit Mesa, it's a bit sandstone. It's, you know, these sort of buildings is really what they're talking about. I think Space Wars was like Star Wars' original script name or something. So they're playing a little riff on that. But yeah, so you can go for that style if you want. Not really, I think, plains appropriate. So yeah, I'm gonna switch that. Dwarven. Now Dwarven is very interesting. One thing you will immediately notice about Dwarven buildings is they don't really have roofs. Okay, if you look up the top there, see how I can see the sky? There's no roof. What's that about? Well, Dwarven is actually designed for a new sort of mod they put together called cave colonies, which is a little bit like stone block crossed with Minecolonies. So you start in like a stone block world, but you build a colony to do the work for you, to excavate your space and do all of that sort of stuff, which is really interesting. I've had a little play with it, and I'm probably going to do a series on it, quite frankly. I think it's an interesting take, and adds new mechanics to things. So you'll know. So that's why, if you're wondering, I like the Dwarven style, where's the roof? That the roof is supposed to be supplied by the fact that you're building underground in a pure stone world, because of course you start within just a little room and everything else is stone. So yeah, that's why there's no reason why you can't build a Dwarven colony above ground. Just be aware that you're going to have to supply your own roofs to it. The builder won't do it. And then every time he upgrades, he'll take your roof out to put the next roofless setting in. So if you want to go through that, go for it. I'm personally, no thanks. There's enough to do. There's definitely enough to do. Medieval oak. Oh, look at that. That's really strange, isn't it? Oh, what's going on? Whoa, that is that's impressive. I must say that is very impressive. I might do that. I've not done this style before. It's going to take a while till I get to this level, but my word, look at that. That's a behemoth. Yeah, let's create like a Citadel city thing. Yeah, theme's good. I think I need to lower it down though. The one block here. And it's showing me the edges of it. Oh, let's take off that junk thing now. I don't need that anymore. Thank you. Remember, that's F3 and G if you were as lost as I was on what buttons to use. So it's here we're seeing that's going to be some big building, and I'm liking it. So I've got to work out which way I want the door to face. I'm going to work out where the door actually is. So let's turn it around. Oh, is this like designed to be a drawbridge? Is that what that is? Ooh, okay. I think half of this is supposed to be underground. And you build a drawbridge moat situation? Oh, I don't know about that. I don't know now. What does it look like at level 1? No, it's on the ground here. Almost. Close, anyway. Oh, and that's not a bad looking little structure. So it's interesting to get straight into the shingles there. Okay, but that is, yeah, I'm not so sure about that now. If the door's going to be that high, how does that supposed to work? I'll push it back so I can see the front. I'm not missing something, am I? No, every level. So it's like, is you're having this expectation that you're going to build up a moat around it or something. Or maybe a stairway. That could work. But it might look a bit weird too. Oh, yeah, it's just I mean, what you can actually do later is get the builder to lower the building for you. You doesn't have to stay at that height. You can adjust when you do upgrade, or even at any stage you can move, but it's a very complicated process and I don't like doing it, and that's a lot of blocks to shift. If I'm starting it here and then I've got to recess it 6 blocks, I don't think that's gonna fly, mate. I really don't. And look at what's this here. What's this? What's that supposed to be? I don't get. I'm confused. I'm confused as to the purpose of this. Maybe I need to go find somebody who's actually built it. See if somebody's actually done a video. If you've done this, tell me. Tell me in the comments, link me or show me pictures or something. If you haven't done a video, fine. Just show me pictures, because I sort of wanted to build this edifice, but that's just tripping me out a bit too much. I need more info, so you better give it to me if you've got it. Don't hold out. Don't hold out. Oh no no no. Now Tiger is well, that's just underwhelming after the last one, isn't it? It's like. It's now I'm disappointed. Well, that's so unmilitaristic. It's not. Stone is. This looks like a big house. It's like Little House on the Prairie become Big House on the Prairie. Oh, now it's ruined for me because I want the edifice. That's not too bad. It's sort of mid-range. Oh dear, oh dear, oh dear. You know what, I'm going to put it this, and if I change my mind later, I can change my mind later. Like I said, I've got to put the builder down first, and then I can build this. So let's work out where ground level is. Yep, that looks good. I sort of wanted it to face... It's good if it's sort of semi-facing the village you trade with, so I might get it facing this way. That also fits the pattern that I flattened out. Yeah, that looks good. That looks good. Yeah, just be careful at the height, because where you place the block isn't always on ground level. How's that? Yeah, so if I when looking here, woo, you'll see that the actual town hall block, where is it? I think that's it. No, I've totally lost where it's actually supposed to be, but it won't actually be on ground level. So if I was to place it on the ground, the builder would come in and immediately dig in to this lovely plateau to put the ground level, and that would ruin the effect. Oh, go away. There's a master architect to work here. Alright. Oh, there's actually more than one door. So what's that doesn't really look like a front door though. Oh, I'm getting some nice dog food here. Or leather, depending on what I use it for. So what is it? Yeah, this looks more like the front door. Yeah, okay, I think I've got it right. And I'll have to add some more stuff in there. But like I said, I could change my mind and go for the edifice. Especially if somebody convinces me to with their own example. Ooh, I just glitched it by using the summoning tool. Have I? Oh, no. This button's funny. See this? I'm clicking it. It's not doing anything. But I found the top left corner for some reason. Seems to be the magic spot. See, here we are. So it's actually built a couple above the ground. Woo! Floating in the air. It won't actually build until I tell it to build. But it will now start attracting citizens, and I can turn one into a builder. Here we are. Boop. Hudson Y. Coddington. Oh, what a lovely name you have. You're wrong. He's got skills. He doesn't have skills. They're all at 1. This is set by the colony happiness, which is dictated by a whole bunch of different things. Where are we? Which one? I never remember which button's which. Here we are. Number of guards, number of houses, saturation of citizens. It's all on yellow, the mid-range. Not unhappy, not happy. But the higher that is, the better the skills of the citizens are. And before the first citizen comes in, there's no happiness at all. There's just nothing. Because there's nobody to set the happiness, right? Overall happiness 8.5, which is quite good. If the happiness is 8.5, that means the skills generated are going to be between 1 and 8.5. First citizen comes in, there's no happiness, so his skills are always 1, 1, 1, 1, 1. Here we are, first one, 1, 4, 5, 5, 6. Immediate lift. Now we don't have to worry about the mobs attacking the citizens. They don't see them. They don't register them, so don't worry about that. They'll stand there fine, doing nothing. The mobs will come straight for us. You can hit these guys with your swords, so be careful not to battle around them. But yeah, so this is why skills are higher for Lisa than they were for, what is his name? I forgot, Hudson. Hudson. It's a very millennial kind of name, isn't it? Oh, yeah, I should light up some more of this area. Oh, great, a mighty zombie. Whenever they've got a diamond sword, it's a mighty zombie, which means you're going to be smacking him for a long time just to get the same results, the same resources and experience, which is a little annoying. They can at least give you a bonus for all the damage he's doing to your sword. Okay. So, yes, and so in comes the next. Hugh, and again, good stats because of the happiness is up over 8. So that's why they got better stats than oh, look, here's something I need to show you if I'm going to do anything with my diamonds. Shears. Okay, see this little friendly creeper? And he's ever so happy to blow up your stuff? Well, I am going to make him cry. Why is he crying? Because I just stole his boom boom. His very reason, his very essence is gone with the shears. And I now have Creeper Oyster. What do you need a Creeper Oyster for? Well, you need to turn your diamonds into special stuff. So I'll do one. Yep. So you need that. Creeper Oyster and iron. And you get this thing. And a nice bang noise. Don't worry, that wasn't a creeper. You get the bang noise when you make your diamond ingot. Better with Mods says you cannot make a diamond anything, diamond tool, with diamonds. You have to make it with ingots. The only way to make ingots is to get a Creeper Oyster, add an iron ingot to your diamond, get a diamond ingot, and now it's craftable. Okay, so that you'll need to know that. And all it is make sure you always have shears on you. When you see them creepers, just clip them before they can explode, and you'll nerf them. Grab their oyster, chop them up for the experience and the gunpowder, and it's all happy. And the good thing about that is the gunpowder you use for your training treats for your doggy. All comes in nicely. Okay, so we have 4 citizens now. Remember, that's the maximum that was set in the config. And they'll be asking for food and jobs and houses before you know it. But I can make one of them my builder. But I might leave that for next episode because this has probably been going on long enough. Oh, this will be fun. Trying to get a creeper without the skeleton getting in the way. Can I catch one attention? Yeah, that's good. That works for me. So run up, clip, make him cry. After all the stuff that you folks have blown up and ruined, I'm happy to see some tears on your face for a change, rather than me crying in the corner because you ruined my best stuff. Okay, so yes, next episode we will get a builder going and really start cranking things out, and I'll have to decide where I want to put them. Alright, until then, I hope you've enjoyed this episode. I've certainly enjoyed making it. we'll see you there. And remember, if you've made that edifice, show me screenshots or you link to videos or something, because I want to know how that works exactly, because I want to make that at some stage. Obviously not this playthrough, well unless you can convince me. Anyway, I'll see you next time.